Hello, it's me, Stephanie. Today I will be reading from this book. It's called The Magic of Conflict. I started reading it the other day completely on accident. I just wanted to share. So I'm blind when it comes to reading. I have an astigmatism, so like if you guys ever notice me have a lazy eye, please don't make fun of me, okay? I am what I am, and I am whatever you say I am. Anyway, by Thomas F. Crum. It's got a foreword and photographs inside of it throughout by John Denver, and the other book this author wrote was called Journey to Center. Chapter 1. The Extraordinary State. Humans are such a magical lot. Over time, our wildest dreams can become realities. Consider flying. Since the earliest times, man has longed to soar with the birds, looking down on the whole world from a place of heavenly freedom. Today, we can soar and glide and swoop with the best of our fine-feathered friends, and we can do it all with no effort, freeing us to be fully conscious of the experience. And yet, man is a curious species. Having realized his grandest dreams, he immediately forgets to enjoy them. With a peculiar flair, he can turn the glory of flight into just one more modern convenience. As he rushes down the concourse, burdened with a briefcase and overstuffed hanging bag, he grimly loosens his tie for the final sprint to the gate. He glances at the clock. 1 minute to go. Sweat begins to bead on his face as he breaks into a run, pushing obliviously through the splendor of humanity around him. Waving his boarding pass at the sweetly smiling stewardess, he limps onto the plane and flops, exhausted, into his seat. Tough day, I inquire? They're all tough, he says, surprised to find someone sitting next to him. Then he relaxes, letting his breath out all the way. Oh well, at least it's over. Was it at least successful? I probe, hopefully. Yeah, I guess it was, he says, hardly noticing as the silvery winged bird taxis us toward the runway. I feel beat up and can't wait to get home so I can get some rest and get my health back together. He looks tired, but not with that euphoric kind of tiredness that you get from a good workout or a satisfying day's work. He is oblivious to the fact that we are about to lift off the ground and experience a miracle never thought possible until less than a century ago. It just doesn't seem fair, does it? He adds wryly. You work your tail off all week to get what you want, and then you're too tired to enjoy it. Sometimes I wonder whether it's really worth it. Totally unaware of our eagle's view of the brilliantly colored planet, we move through the heavens, approaching the speed of sound. Basically, when I think about it, my life has been successful. I've accomplished a lot, he says, talking as much to himself as to me. Yet, when I have a moment like this to really take a good hard look, I'm still not there. I get upset and irritated with everyone, including myself. Then I get so caught up in my work. I miss a whole day sometimes. I'll get so occupied with what I'm doing. He pauses for a long, thoughtful moment. It's just that I'm way too busy. There's never enough time to do what I want to do. If I could just stop long enough to figure out a way out of this rat race, I'd be all right. So much for the glory of flight. It's such a cliche, the stressed out businessman, the midlife crisis, yet it touches the pulse of our entire culture, diagnosing a general malaise of modern life. In this electronic jet-age world, it is easy to feel as if you're trapped in a merry-go-round of activity that keeps increasing in speed and in complexity, and the longer you stay on, the less chance there is of getting off. Is it possible to enjoy the passing scenery from this runway freight train we have created? Often in life, we win those gold medals that we are striving for, in business, the arts, sports, or relationships. Yet in our quietest moments, we recognize that success alone does not provide fulfillment. Something is lacking. The taste of success is there only momentarily, like your favorite cookie. Once you've eaten it, you're looking around for one more bite, one more cookie. The craving hasn't subsided. The contentment is elusive. The struggle for the next job, relationship, or possession begins again, along with all the feelings of insecurity and anxiety. Excuse me. It's green tea. Ooh, I'm off coffee for 24 hours. Oh, delicious. The question that I would put to my hypothetical friend in the airplane that I'm going to put to you is, what would it be like if we lived our lives as works of art in progress? What would it be like if we could live joyfully in every moment, absorbing the magic and freshness of each new day without hurry? What would it be like if each breath and each action were part of an unfolding masterpiece, a continued process of artistry? Is this possible? We experienced artistry when we were children, wide-eyed, discovering and magical, with all our senses alive. Most of us have also briefly experienced this realm since growing out of childhood, in those exciting moments of falling in love, those exhilarating accomplishments on the sporting field, or the creative light of new ideas suddenly shining through us in the office, at home, or even while driving in rush hour traffic. It's easy to visualize the possibilities of living a life of artistry when everything is going well. But what happens when conflict arises, when our lover turns away, when we stumble and drop the ball, when our employer sits us down for a talk? Then our depth of character reveals itself. We tend to react unconsciously to pressure and the unexpected in ways that we have developed from our past experiences and from observing what is around us, our parents, our friends, the movies, or the TV set. Since so often what we observe in crisis is people in struggle, pain, and fear, is it any wonder that our ordinary reaction becomes a confused combination of those elements? There is an alternative. This book will provide the reader with a way of responding to crisis that is extraordinary. Integrating this approach will enable you to bring forth a life of power, freedom, and joy. Using pressure, change, and the unknown, an artist can sculpt a masterpiece. I want to say that one more time. It's my favorite. Using pressure, change, and the unknown, an artist can sculpt a masterpiece. Seeing the conflict as an opportunity to create art from our very being is a challenge for the artist in all of us. Our lives are not dependent on whether or not we have conflict. It is what we do with conflict that makes the difference. The activator or energy source for transforming the ordinary to the extraordinary? It is the pressure of conflict, the interference pattern of energies caused by differences that provide the motivation and opportunity for change. We are all basically ordinary. None of us has more than one brain, is free of the need to take time to eat and breathe, or goes through life without any conflicts. Einstein flunked math, the Wright brothers were simple bicycle mechanics, and Mark Twain, never took a high school English course. What is extraordinary about each of these people is that they chose to respond to life's ordinary conflicts from an extraordinary state of vision and action. It is in this extraordinary state that they produced profound results. The act of producing the results in turn reinforces the extraordinary state. We move on a path of increased energy and decreased effort. We are beyond success. The graph on the next page summarizes the 5 general mindsets discussed just now. The solid line indicates where we spend most of our time today. The dotted line points to the direction of this book to shift us fully and dramatically beyond the ordinary. And wants to convince us, see, look, it's gonna help. Yes. The next chapter is called The Nature of Conflict, and I'll be reading that next time. I haven't even read it for myself, but I'm really excited to share it with everyone, and I really hope that you enjoyed my vlog this time. I really meant to just give you something that was a little bit not more mellow, just on the mellow side because I needed that this week, and also I learned something from that book, and I thought that it had pretty good and neat and cool words. So thanks for watching. If you made it to the end, I love you so much, and I hope that y'all have a great night. One more thing, if you guys are enjoying the vlogs, please let me know. A heart, a thumbs up, a little bit of encouragement goes a long way. I want to keep making these for you guys, and I'll give love to receive love, serotonin releases in each other's brains. Yes, all of it, good stuff. Thank you. Please don't hate me for asking.